Hey everyone! Sorry that my first video post was really short. I was rushing to get something up for the first Friday of the year just because I want Fridays to be my post days. I know that, or at least I've heard that with YouTube algorithm, it's probably not the best idea, but I don't mind. I just want it to coincide with when I post on my website. So there's that. So again, I just want to say Happy New Year's. If you guys, followed me on my first attempt to kick off this channel, thank you for sticking around. If you guys are new, welcome. I'm wanting to try something different with the channel. I've got a lot of ideas on what I kind of want to start doing. So I look forward to being able to try those things out and hopefully you guys like them. I won't spoil them all here in this video just yet, but just look forward to that. What this video here today is going to be is kind of a sprint with me video where I will be doing a 10-minute sprint working on one of my flash fiction posts that I am planning to do every Friday for the rest of the year. So by the end of the year, I plan on having 52 of these little thumbnail posts with my flash fiction. I try to make sure that it fits nicely on a thumbnail so I can post easily to Instagram or Twitter. But it's also part of the challenge because it usually can fit about 100 to 200, maybe 250 words if I push it. So it's really challenging, at least to me, trying to get a full scene or a full story in so few words. And I've always been really fascinated at people who are able to do that. So it's just something that I myself, in my writing, want to be able to practice with. So I do hope you guys enjoy the video ahead. I will have my own hashtag for this challenge. It's going to be hashtag FFF2K21 because that's what was available with no other posts on Instagram. So I kind of want to be able to keep my challenge in its own little bubble. And of course, if you guys want to join in on the challenge, not to say you have to do it every week for a year, but if you want to just one Friday say, hey, I want to do this, you are also able to post on that hashtag and see other people of the community's posts as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump straight into the sprint. Okay, so this is editing, Trisha. I just wanted to quickly warn you guys of what you're about to watch is me subconsciously touching my face for 15 minutes. So sorry about that. I did not realize how much I just love to touch my face when I'm trying to concentrate. So if you could just try to ignore that and enjoy the sprint. Okay, so this is the first time that I'm going to be doing a live recording of my writing. I'm going to do it with just a flash fiction that I'm going to attempt to do every Friday. Not the recording portion, but I'm attempting to do a brief flash fiction, aiming around 200 words every Friday for the rest of the year. I did attempt to do this last year. But the pandemic kind of slowed me down a little bit, and then all the things with the Black Lives Matter movement kind of slowed me down a little bit, and I didn't get to complete it. So this year I'm hoping to hold myself more accountable and actually finish the 52. I'm going to be using the Forest app. If you guys want to add me on the Forest app, I will leave my information in the description below. I'm going to go ahead and do a 10-minute sprint, and that usually is about the amount of time sprint-wise that I need to quickly write a flash fiction. I'm going to go ahead and start. I think it's mirrored for you guys, but that's fine. Okay, so now I have finished my time. I'm gonna go ahead and double my rewards with an ad, but I did plant my 10-minute tree. I like to come up with my flash fiction on the spot, and I try not to do too much editing after I finish with it. I will go through as I'm writing it to kind of change a couple of things of how I'm saying things if it doesn't flow right. I don't know how to categorize my style of writing yet. I do know it's kind of leaning on horror, fantasy slash suspense thriller type stuff at times. So just be aware of that because I am going to show you guys my website now and how I post these on my website. And then that way, if you guys do want, you can view my other flash fictions from the past. So we'll go ahead and get into that next. Once I finish writing my flash fiction, I go into my Visme account, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but just keeping it simple, visme.co if you guys are interested. It's kind of like Canva, I think is the other website that does the same thing. I think both are free. I know that I've never used Canva, but Visme does have limitations on the free account, but it works for me for my thumbnails and things for my website for now. But yeah, I go in and I make the thumbnail. This is what it will look like. I'll play around with the fonts until I see something that I like. I actually want to change the title font here. I saw one that I liked and I didn't write it down, so now I have to keep going through it. What about this one? That one's good. So I go in and I edit this, I add a background. I always add a filter on top of my background of just black so that the words kind of come out better in white. I choose my pictures off of, I think it's Pexel, P-E-X-E, Pexels, oh no, .com. So this is where I get my royalty-free images from. I just go in and I search different keywords depending on what I'm looking for. I usually save a bunch of different pictures, and then whenever I need inspiration, I kind of use one. So for this specific flash fiction post, I did look at the picture before writing it to kind of give me a feel of what I'm looking for. And if you want to see what that looks like before, I can show you in my files. This is the picture here that's in the background. It's just a shadow man with some claw looking marks is what I interpret that as. So that's what I used for this post here. And then once I finish here, I export it and then I post it onto my website, which I will show you now. myinfinitewords.com is my website domain. When you come here, the home screen will show you this. It gives an idea of where I'm trying to take my writing and my business. There's also shortcut buttons for my short story collection as well as my novel samples. My short story collection is another example of something that I'm trying to bring back this year. I was trying to do a story a month, a short story a month, and my short stories usually range around 1,000, 2,000 words. And I was doing pretty good with that until, again, the whole pandemic thing. You can also read some novel samples here. There are 4 current works in progress that I am working on, 3 of which have the first chapter up in my novel samples there. For both of these links, when you finish reading a short story or a novel sample, you can send in a review. And for the novel samples, you can request to become a beta reader if you're wanting to read more of that project. If you scroll down, I always feature some of my writing. It's usually my most recent short story or one that I really like. And here I also have my friend's poetry spotlighted that she did as a guest on my site. She has 3 up, so definitely check her poetry out. And of course, at the very bottom, you have my social medias, and then my about, contacts, and frequently asked questions. To find the flash fiction, you can come up to my library, where again you'll see links for my short story collections, my novel samples, and guest spotlights. And then Flash Fiction Friday is here. There'll be a content warning pop-up just because my work does tend to be a little bit darker sometimes, to where I don't feel like it's super dark, but some people may not want to read such things, so I do want to put a content warning there. But yeah, you can see my 2 posts that I've done so far this year, as well as the post that I had for 2020. And yeah, that's my website. I hope you've all enjoyed sprinting along with me. Let me know what you think of this video, and if you have any other things that you would like me to try. I do have some very cool things coming up where I'll be trying different types of writing techniques, so I do hope you guys stick around. Until then, I'll see y'all next time.